The caliper covers shown here in red should appeal to the 2018 and newer non-performance pack Mustang GTs and all performance pack EcoBoost Mustang owners who might be looking to spice up the factory caliper area in your ride, adding some bling behind your favorite set of wheels, and best of all, reducing brake dust on those wheels at the same time. Now, this set of front and rear covers will feature a durable stainless steel build along with that bright red powder coat for right around $250. Installation, as you might imagine here, gang, is going to be pretty straightforward using the included hardware and instructions, but since the wheels do have to come off, we are going to say this is a strong 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and I'd say probably an hour or less of your time to complete from start to finish. But as always, hang with me for a bit and we'll walk you through that job later in the video. All right, so I'll come right out and say it. Caliper covers certainly aren't going to be everyone's favorite modification. In fact, I'd say they're easily one of those love it or hate it modifications that tend to divide a comment section real quick. Now, if you already have your mind made up, no worries, I totally understand. However, if you are on the fence, you want to learn a little bit more about these things, hang out with me for a bit and we'll walk you through it. Now, right off the bat, I will tell you that these have been made from durable, high-grade stainless steel and CNC cut into this shape here before being finished off in this really sharp red powder coat. Certainly bright, certainly eye-catching. Now, the next thing you will notice is that there is absolutely 0 logos anywhere here on these particular covers, both front and rear, and that is something I personally enjoy. Listen, there will be other options out there from companies like MGP, for instance, that will slap on a Tri-Bar Running Pony logo or maybe even a 5.0 logo. And while that is cool and certainly has its place with some owners, other owners might prefer to keep things a little bit more basic, keep things a little bit cleaner, and forego any extra logos. And if that is the case, well, then you might enjoy these particular options. The red covers again do include both front and rear options for your non-Brembo equipped factory calipers. This is very important. So basically all non-performance pack Mustang GTs and all performance pack EcoBoost Mustangs, these will be for you. Now, they do include the necessary hardware and brackets to get in place and are backed by a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty in case you should run into any issues. But now let's segue into that installation process. And again, you're really not looking at anything too intense or difficult here, gang. But since you do have to take those wheels off, I'll call this a strong 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and maybe 30 minutes to an hour of your time, depending on your setup and just how fast you like to work. But to give you a better idea of how this one will go down, check out our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown right now.
Tools used for this install are a ratchet and a 4mm Allen. You'll need to start by removing the front and rear wheels for your Mustang. You're going to want to either put it up on a lift or on jack stands. The brackets for these caliper covers clip right onto the calipers, and then the covers bolt right to the brackets. So like I said, these brackets just clip right onto the caliper. There's a little hook end on this side of the bracket that's going to hook right into this empty spot here on the caliper, and then this opening here will just slide right over the bolt head that's in the back. The bottom bracket hooks on just like the top bracket does. Once you have your brackets clipped onto the caliper, you can install the cover using the provided hardware. I'm just going to start these by hand, and then I'll tighten them down with a 4mm Allen socket. The process for the rear installation is very, very similar to the front, with the exception that there is a small slotted piece that slides right into the bracket, and when you bolt down the caliper cover, it sandwiches it to the caliper. So just like in the front, you're going to hook the caliper cover bracket onto the caliper, slide it forward just enough for this slotted piece to slide right in, and now we can install our cover with the provided hardware. Once again, I'm going to get all my hardware started by hand, and then I'll tighten it down with a 4mm Allen socket. Once you've wrapped up the caliper covers on one side of the vehicle, you can repeat the same exact process on the other. And that's going to wrap up this review and install of the red front and rear caliper covers fitting your 18 and newer standard GT or Performance Pack EcoBoost Mustangs. Thanks for watching, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.